Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Garibaldi. Happy Friday, and it is time for math. So we're going to start today with some of the Pearson Realize resources that you can find on Clever. And then you're also going to need your Envisions Math Volume 2. Turn to page, let's see, what page are we going to start on? Page 494. And while you guys go do that, you can pause me. And if you have your book and you're ready, let's go ahead and let's watch a quick little interactive video from Pearson Realize, who are the maker of our math book. Alrighty, so here we go. Let me turn up the volume so you can hear. And let's go.
How do you sort objects? Let's take a look.
What shapes do you see? You see a hexagon, circle, square, and rectangle. What word does Emily use to describe these shapes? She uses the word flat. In what ways are these shapes the same? They are all flat. Flat shapes are also called two-dimensional shapes. What is another shape Emily could put in this box?
Triangle. What other shape can you think of? Maybe a rhombus? Nice, let's keep going.
You could put a triangle in the box. What objects do you see in this box? You see a soccer ball, a basket, a tissue box, a curved block, a traffic cone, a can, and a tent. How are the objects in this box different from the objects in the first box? The objects in this box are thicker. They are three-dimensional shapes. These shapes are also called solids.
All right, so let's try it. Decide if each object is flat or solid and sort the objects. Today I'm going to use the words 2D and 3D. Now 2D is when the object just goes two ways. So take a look at this square. This square goes this way, side to side, and it also goes up and down. That's it, two ways. But take a look at this cube. It goes side to side, top to bottom, but it also goes front to back. So that goes three ways. So it's a 3D shape. Okay, so if it goes three ways, up and down, side to side, front to back, that is a 3D solid. A 3D solid. This square only goes two ways, up and down, side to side, so that is a 2D flat shape. Okay, so 2D is flat, 3D is solid. Let's take a look at this cylinder here. It goes side to side, up and down, and front to back. Okay, so this must be a 3D solid. This is another cylinder. Cylinders are 3D solid shapes. Ooh, what about this triangle here? It goes up and down and side to side, but it does not go front to back. It's flat, so it's a 2D shape. Now, let's take a look at this cone. This cone is up and down, side to side, and front to back. Look, it's 3D. It's a solid 3D shape. Let's look at this hexagon. Hexagons just go up and down and side to side, but they're flat. Do you see that? They don't have any solid to them. So this is a flat 2D shape. This tissue box, that is a 3D solid. Look at this tent. This tent is a triangular prism. So it has a triangle on each end, right? But it also goes front and back, so it is a 3D solid. Ooh, spheres. Spheres are one of my favorite 3D shapes. So that's a 3D solid. Now take a look at this rectangle. It only goes up and down and side to side. So it's only 2D, which is a flat shape. And same thing with this circle. The circle goes up and down, but doesn't go front to back, right? It's not like a sphere that is round and puffy. I think we did it, you guys. Let's see. We did.
What is another object Emily could put in this box?
What do you think could be another object she could put in that box? Maybe an ice cream cone. Let's see what they put in the box.
She could put an orange in this box. An orange has thickness. It is a solid shape.
That's right. Nice job, you guys. All right, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing, but there's one other thing I want to do. We're going to do the Pearson. We're going to do the, let's see, the Practice Buddy. Interactive Practice Buddy, which is also in our Clever under Pearson Realize. Okay, let me share that screen with you. All right, so we're going to work on this a little bit together. We're not going to do all of them. We're just going to do a few to get our brains ready for today's math assignment on page 494. So it says,
choose all of the objects that are flat.
Flat 2D shapes. Remember, they only go two ways. They go up and down and side to side, but they don't go front to back. So this looks like it's flat. Any other shape that might be flat on this page? Not a cone. Cones are 3D solid shapes. Ooh, this cereal box goes up and down, side to side, and front to back. So that can't be flat. But look at this triangle. This triangle is flat, so we'll select that one too. Nice. Perfect. Now I can go down here and click the next one.
Choose all of the objects that are not flat.
Okay, so which of these is not flat? Which of these is a solid figure? Well, watermelons are solid. I've gotten those before from the grocery store. And basketballs are solid too. They're spheres. Those are 3D shapes. The other two are just flat 2D shapes. Nice, we did it. We're going to do one more.
Choose all of the objects that are solid.
Ooh, okay, so solid 3D shapes. Solid 3D shapes. So this one looks like it goes up and down, side to side, and front to back. So that one's 3D, and that's a solid. Now this circle, if I were to draw this circle on a piece of paper and cut it out, it would be flat. So that would have to be a 2D flat shape. So we're not going to select that one. But look at this marble. Marbles are spheres. They're 3D solid shapes. And look at this cone. Oh, my favorite. I love cones. And so this I know is a 3D solid shape too. Nice. All right, my friends. Now let's go ahead and go into our math book today. And we are on page 494. Here we go. 494. So all of that practice got us ready for our assignment today. Let's look at number 1. We're going to do a vocabulary review. It says, draw a circle around the two-dimensional shape. And remember, two-dimensional, it goes 2 ways. 3-dimensional goes 3 ways. So when it's 2-dimensional, it goes up and down and side to side. but it doesn't go front to back. So which one is 2D? Well, let's see. This one goes one way, two ways. This one goes up and down, side to side, and front to back. So that goes three ways. So this is 3D, and this is 2D. It wanted us to circle the two-dimensional shape. So that is the square. Good job. Now let's read question 2. Draw a circle around the three-dimensional shape. So remember, three-dimensional goes three ways. You can also think of it as it's like puffy. It has a solid inside, okay? So if I were to draw one of these objects on a piece of paper, the only one I could really do, right, would be this circle, because circles are 2D, it's flat. So that would mean that this sphere is a three-dimensional shape, right? Three-dimensional shape. So I'm going to show you. If I have this sphere here, it goes side to side, front to back, and it also, or top to bottom, and it also goes front to back because I can turn it, and it still has that shape, okay? That is why this is 3D. Cool. Let's take a look at number 3. Number 3 says, draw a circle around the vertices of a triangle. And remember, vertices are where the lines meet, so the corners. So vertices are corners. So let's draw circles around the corners of the triangle, okay, where the two sides meet. So here's the side and here's the side, and it meets at the vertices. Okay, so one side and another side, and they meet at the vertices. And then on this side and this side, they meet at the vertices. So how many vertices does a triangle have? 3. Yeah. All right. On number 4, it wants you to draw a circle. Draw a circle. So remember, circles are flat. So we're just going to draw a circle. There, we did it. Now number 5, it says draw a shape that is not a square. Any shape you want that's not a square. I think I'm going to draw a trapezoid. I love trapezoids. Trapezoids, they have a short top and a long bottom, or sometimes a long bottom and a short top. And then those two are connected. And they almost look like a triangle with the top cut off. All right, there's my trapezoid. Okay, let's turn the page to page 495. 495. And I will read the directions to you. On number 1, it says draw a circle around the objects that are flat and put an X on the objects that are solid. And they gave us an example right here. They circled the flat objects, or the 2D shapes, and then they crossed out the 3D solid figures. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. So let's take a look at these. All right. Which is this? Flat or solid? That's flat. So I'm going to circle the flat shapes. Take a look at this box or cube. Is that flat, 2D, or solid, 3D? Solid 3D, put an X. Here's the birthday hat, which is a cone. Is a cone a flat 2D shape or a solid 3D shape? Solid 3D shape. And now let's look at this circle. Yep, circles are 2D, flat shapes. Nice. Now let's look at set B. Okay, so they've given us an example of what they want us to do for number 2. It says draw a circle around the object that looks like a circle and put an X on the object that looks like a triangle. All right, so we circle the circles and we X out the triangles. All right, that's easy. So let's circle the circle, X out the triangle, X out the triangle, and circle the circle. we did it. Ooh, my little circle is a little wonky there. All right, my friends, let's turn the page. On set C, they've shown us an example of what they want us to do. It says you're going to, for number 3, color the rectangles and then mark an X on the rectangle that is also a square. Let me get out my crayon. Let's see, I think I might use pink today. So we're going to color all the rectangles here on number 3. Okay, so that's a rectangle. And this is a rectangle. And now it says put an X on the rectangle that is also a square, right? Or that is a square. Here is the square rectangle because squares have 4 equal sides. All right, on number 4, it says color the hexagons. Now, how many sides do hexagons have? Do you remember? Hexagons have 6 sides. Let's count the sides on the hexagon they've colored over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sides on the hexagon. So we need to color all of the hexagons over here for number 4. Well, let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that is a hexagon. Even though it looks a little different, it has 6 sides. Let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that is a hexagon as well. So you will have colored 2 hexagons. All right, let's turn the page to page 497. 497, let's keep going. Number 5 says, name the solid figure on the left. So you'll see they have it here. Here's the ones on the left, and you'll see they did this one for us, okay? So they said cone, and then draw a circle around the solid figure that looks like the shape over here on the right, okay? So they named this a cone, and they circled the cone. So for number 5, what's the name of this 3D solid shape? Yeah, it's a cube. So which one of these objects is also a cube? A box of tissues, you're right. Perfect. Now let's look at number 6 and set F here. So you'll take a look at set F. This, they've shown you what they want us to do. It says point to each object in the picture and tell what shape each looks like. Then you're going to draw a circle around the objects that are solid and mark an X on the objects that are flat. Okay, so take a look. They have all of these objects on the table. They've circled all of the solid 3D shapes and they marked an X on all of the 2D flat shapes. Okay, so now let's take a look over here. All right, and they want us to circle all of the 3D shapes and put an X on all of the flat shapes. Here we go. So this tree, is that tree 3D or 2D? Oh, it is definitely 3D, 3-dimensional, okay? And what about the picnic table? Definitely 3D. And what about the juice box? Definitely 3D. There's a couple juice boxes there, aren't there? What about the napkin here? Yeah, napkins are 2D. And I'm thinking this might be a tire. I'm not really sure what this is. If you think it's a tire, like for a tire swing, you can circle it. That's hard to tell what that is. I'm gonna circle it. Now, plates, it depends, I guess, on the plates, right? I've seen some plates that are flat, like for babies and stuff that they actually like kind of tape down to the table. And so if it's that kind, then it's 2D. But if it's a plate that has some depth to it and is solid, then it's a 3D shape. So I'll let you choose whether or not you want to circle or X out the plate on the table, because that really just depends on what type of plate it is. We're not really sure. All right, my friends. So let's turn the page. Here we go. Set F. And let's look at number 7. And this is the page that you guys are going to be taking a picture of and uploading to edsby for today's assignment, okay, to show me that you did your work today. All right, so on number 7, you're gonna mark an X on the object that is next to the blue book, okay? You're gonna mark an X on the object that is next to the blue book. So let's find the blue book on this bookshelf. Oh, I found it. What object is next to the blue book? The globe. And so now we have to mark an X on that. So put an X on the globe. You know what, I'm gonna need a darker one so that I'll be able to see when I take a picture of this. There we go. Boop. Perfect. All right. Then draw a circle around the object that is below the object that is shaped like a sphere. Oh boy. I might have to reread that again. Sometimes when you listen to directions or when you read directions, you have to reread them to make sure that your brain knows what it's asking. So it says, draw a circle around the object that is below the object that is shaped like a sphere. Okay, so we need to find the object that's shaped like a sphere. And then we need to look and see what object is below that. Well, we put an X on this sphere. If I look at this sphere and I look below it, there's not anything below it on the shelf. Well, then maybe they're talking about this sphere. What object is below this sphere? Another sphere, right? All right, so it says, draw a circle on the object that is below the object that's shaped like a sphere. So that's the sphere. The object that's below it would be another sphere. I guess that looks interesting. Can you guys draw an X on the object that is behind the bear? Draw an X on the object that is behind the bear. It would be this. Here, the green book. Nice. Let's look at number 8. You're going to mark an X on the objects that look like a circle that are behind the object that is shaped like the sphere. That's tricky. Let me read that again. You're going to put an X on the objects that look like a circle that are behind the object that is shaped like a sphere. So first, let's find the sphere. The sphere is the ball. So here's the sphere. Now let's look behind the sphere for objects that look like a circle. I see this circle and I see this circle. Nice. And so now we're going to put an X on those because it says mark an X on the objects that look like a circle that are behind the object that is shaped like a sphere. Okay, so there we go. Nice job, you guys. So we're done. Take a picture of page 498, upload it to edsby, and you are done with math today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this was a little bit longer of a lesson, but this is kind of the end of our shapes unit, okay? So we're gonna be moving on soon. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I love you, I miss you, and I hope to see you on Monday. Bye.